What's up, everyone? Hope you guys are having a good night. This is a video that's really to tie in a lot of collectible brands and to tie in some of the strategy overlap that you could have with each brand. And I believe a lot of this, depending on how the brand operates, is very similar. So two things I want to bring up is Labubus and Sonny Angels, and I want to tie that into stuff like Pokemon and Magic the Gathering. So how can you tie in these brands? They obviously work fundamentally different. Labubus and Sonny Angels are little collectible figures or plushes, and Magic the Gathering and Pokemon are trading cards. Well, I believe the fundamentals of how the supply is drained actually works the same, where on both Pokemon and Magic the Gathering, in order to get a card, you have to get the box or a pack and destroy the pack, and you're going to that sealed item has one less in the world, and you are going to randomly get some item inside. And that's the same way that stuff like Labubu or Sonny Angels work, or any of the Pop Mart or those similar type of collectibles work, where there is the sealed box and there's a chance to get some of the different variants inside, but also within the sealed box there's individual packs. I'm going to say pack. It works the exact same. I believe some of the Sonny Angels, you get 6 inside the box or whatever it is. And so there's some overlap there, where let's say they had made only 100 Sonny Angels boxes, the full box of 6. And, people are opening them, and they're opening up the full box of 6 to get the 6 individual boxes inside. So, let's say there's 100 people, or 99 people want to do that, and there's only one more left in the world. It doesn't matter what those 6 individual boxes are. That one left in the world is hyper rare, and it's extremely expensive. And now you can pretty much control the market and price whatever you want. It doesn't have to sell, but if it eventually does, whatever you ask for, you're probably going to get. So, and that also works for the next layer of that, where it's 6 individual boxes inside. If you want to get that chance for the secret rare, or even if you want just the experience of opening it to see what you yourself get, you're going to have to destroy that box to get inside and see what you get. So even those have like another layer of, there's not going to be that many of these in the world. Sellers open it up and maybe sell 1 or 2, or someone, maybe they get the box of 6, they open up 3, maybe they save 3, but even those have to get destroyed so that people can get to the next layer, which is what's inside, the items inside. So they work fundamentally the same. Now, another thing about this is how the price appreciation might work. And I would say they work fundamentally the same with that as well. Now, obviously, or maybe not obviously, as you may know, with the way these prices move, depending on the type of box you have, or the series, or when it's in print, or if there's going to be reprints in the future, or also depending on what brand this is, these items can move very differently in price. A very sought after and very coveted set of Pokemon that's modern, that is currently being printed and will continue to receive reprints, may not move up as fast as a less loved, out of print, never to be reprinted, but expensive and already supply drained Sonny Angel or Labubu. That's just how it works. Because at a certain point, it doesn't really matter if everyone wants something, if there's enough to satisfy the market. So the point I really wanted to make was how a lot of people are going into markets like Pokemon or Magic the Gathering, and they're saying, you know what, these sealed items, we get it, okay, we get it. They go up in price. All I have to do is buy them, not open them, and wait, and then in the future they'll be more expensive. But I don't know how many people are doing that for stuff like Labubus or Sonny Angels. I know there's got to be some people. Because some of these old Labubu sets are pretty expensive, especially some of these original ones. And if you look online, some of them have some pretty nice, appreciation. I know there's like the Sonny Angels Spirit Blossom set, and this is really what sparked this idea. Actually, that and another conversation with the 151 ETBs, but let me try to bridge it in later. You get that Spirit Blossom set, and it came out for about $50 or in American markets about $90 a box. And within the year, people were able to sell them, actually within a couple months, but within the year, it was able to be sold at 2 times the price. About 200 or sold listings on eBay, $200+. And so you have to ask the question, if these aren't ever going to get reprinted, and if some years get under the belt for some of this stuff, and people continue to want some Sonny Angel boxes, even just for the memories, or to open it, or because they saw it in a video, or whatever it might be, people might come back to these older sets of Sonny Angels and look on the market and say, how much is it for a box of 6? And if there's so many people who have already bought and opened and destroyed these boxes of 6, there's not going to be that many left. So at a certain point, you could price from the 200, you could price it for, I saw some sold listings for almost 300, and you could price it for 500-600 within a year or two. So you almost have to ask the question, if you are someone who is only in it for the money, what would move faster? It could be that Sonny Angels and Labubu sets could be stuff like Magic the Gathering or Pokemon. Now, I'm not saying it's going to have the same liquidity. I'm not going to say that it can move the same consistently, or that they have the same, they'll stand the test of time of like 5, 10, 20 years. I'm not saying that. But on smaller time frames and even longer time frames, there is a world where some of this stuff moves higher. It just, you never know with collectibles. So really, if you're someone who is into Sonny Angels, into Labubus, knows how the Pokemon market moves, knows how the Magic the market moves, and you might be saying, or maybe you didn't think about it into this video, but you might be looking at a set and you think, I like this product. Well, do you think you might like the product in a year or 2 or 5? Do you think there's ever going to be a moment that you don't like the product? Well, if you do see that you'll continue to like the product, you could consider buying more than one copy, more than one box to open, one box to keep, one box to sell. You could buy 3 boxes. And the first box, you open it, you have your fun. The second box, let's say in a year or 2, the price doubles, and now actually you can pay off the first box completely. It didn't even matter the price. You can just, make your money. So now that third box, it just has the room to just fly to the moon. Or another person might say, let me get 6 boxes. And, one box, let's say it's just, they open it, they have no plans to get any money out of it. And then the price doubles. So they can sell 3 boxes and they're completely break even. And now they have 2 boxes free. Technically they had 3 boxes free, but we're saying 1 box was a fun money box and they're just opening it. So you would have 2 boxes to ride into the sunset and say, let's see how high this thing moves. And now let's say this box doubles again. They could sell 1 box, and now they've got so much profit from this. Could have been several $100s. It's a free payday. And who knows? That box could double again in a year or 2, and whatever they want to do with it, they can do with it. So that's kind of how it works. I mean, you kind of understand the way that things double if you're finding this video. I'm sure you understand how some of these markets work. Maybe you don't. Maybe you don't. And if you don't, then maybe you should watch some of my older videos. There's a lot of videos online about it. You can kind of see how these markets move and work and operate. And so, yeah, this is mainly just a video to kind of bridge the gap of understanding and apply it to other brands and say, hey, this can work for Pokemon and Magic. But one thing about Pokemon, which is both good and bad, because it's good because there's liquidity for even all of these sets, but it's bad because some of the prices might not move as fast because there's more people who might be sitting on it with that kind of like investor mindset. So you could be someone who just goes into something like, maybe there's a new collectible, new Pop Mart item that you can go in, swing big, and make a lot of profit. All because you saw an opportunity for something that you already liked. You took the chance and you bought more than one copy. Let's say you bought 6. Let's say you bought $1,000 worth. Let's say about 10, and each one is $100. And, you know, the price goes from $100 to $300 for each set. You know, you can only sell like 3 or 4 of them, less than half. Let's say half. Let's say you sell half, and the other half is free. You also made profits, and you can continue into the days and just do whatever you want with them. So I hope this helps someone. I hope this helps kind of share that understanding that I'm starting to have with not just the way that collectibles that are meant to be destroyed work, but also of just how a lot of these markets, yeah, they're gonna go up. And that's not even something that people can argue. It's more of like, are you willing to wait? And you have the conviction in these items enough to hold on to them. So that's pretty much it. Give this video a like, leave a comment if there's any brand or collectible or something that works a little similarly, or maybe it doesn't, and something that you like that you're also considering this for, or maybe this video just sparked your idea to do it in something, and let me know what that might be. And yeah, if you do something, I hope it goes well for you. Stay safe, everyone, and I'll see you the next time. Peace.